like to move it.
Move it. Woohoo!
All girls all over the world. Original King Julian for the case man. I love how all the girls move their body. And when you move your body,
Go, Michelle, I'm gonna put you on.
sweet and sassy, alright?
There you go.
And you don't need no makeup. Original cute body makeup on model. Woman, you cute. And you don't need no makeup. Original cute body makeup on model. Woman, physically fit, physically fit, physically fit. Woman, physically fit, physically fit, physically fit. Woman, nice, sweet, fantastic. Big your body out in the big tight and woman, nice, sweet, energetic. Big your body out in the big tight and woman, nice, sweet, fantastic. Big your body out in the big tight and woman, nice, sweet, fantastic. Big your body out in the big tight and woman. I like to move it, move it. I like to.
She didn't know I was gonna make her
I like
dance.
to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it.
Alrighty, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. How are you? Welcome to
Woman, you cute. And you don't need no
2024.
makeup. Original
Are you
cute
guys
body makeup on
excited
model.
about
Woman, you
this
cute.
new year?
And you don't need no makeup.
Well,
Original
yeah, you're
cute body
here in the
makeup on model.
comments.
Eyeliner.
Drop your name. Make sure you tell Charlie that you are here because otherwise he doesn't know you're here. Because if you want to read your mind, when you're not on, when you haven't given StreamYard permission, we can't see who you are. All right. So good evening, good evening, good evening again. It is 8:01, the witching hour. Time for us to move it and get some great training going on. Now, right now, guys, I want to remind you to tag your friends, tell them to come on over and make sure that they're watching. Tag them in the comments, let them know. Remember also that we are on YouTube and you can go to our YouTube channel and watch it there. If you're having some Facebook issues, sometimes Facebook's very funny, and so it'll do that to you. But go ahead and let us know what's happening in your life. Have you had some parties already? What's something exciting that are you talking to somebody about joining your team? Did you hit submit? We want to know these things. We want to know what you're doing. We want to know how you're excited about your new year. You know, you're already almost to the end of the second week of our 2024 sales year and the second week of our January sales month. So we're super excited to have you all on here tonight. Let me get these little things off of here. There we go. So we can go ahead and get started. I'm Marsha Brown. If I haven't met you yet, we're so excited to be able to share lots of wonderful things with you. But, you know, we always like to start with a quote. So here in 2024, we have a word for the year, and our word for the year is drive. Now, as I'm thinking about that word, it came to me. I couldn't think of a word. Had a dream one night, and this word came to me. And what's so interesting is that the definition of drive that it really resonates with me is the fact that it is a constant churning to fulfill the purpose that we have. You know, that we have this purpose that we've been given, and drive is that churning that we have to always be excelling and always be reaching to be the best version of ourselves. And so I found this quote and I was really moved by it. It's by Stephen Curry. And if you are a basketball fan, you probably know Stephen. He played college basketball up at Davidson. His dad was the coach there, a very devout young man. And he was, scouted and drafted very early and went on, and he's been a phenomenal NBA player as well. And this is the quote. It says, "Success is born out of faith, an undying passion, and a relentless drive." You see, what he's saying is it's not enough to just think, okay, yeah, I want this. It's not enough to say, man, I really, really want it. You have to be willing to get out there and work it. Now, this is just a little paraphrase of his quote, because the entire quote actually is, it doesn't matter where you came from, what you have or what you don't have, what you lack or what you have too much of. All you need is to have faith in God, an undying passion for what you do and what you choose to do in this life, and a relentless drive and the will to do whatever it takes to be successful in whatever you put your mind to. Now, that was a lot, right, to put on the slide, because this is the key pieces of it. But what he's saying is that we have to, and it was wonderful on our Winterfest. One of the speakers there had shared that, you always want to pray for God's help, but you also have to acknowledge that God can't help you if you don't get off your own butt and you do the work. And so one of the things he's saying, you have to have faith in God, but then you also you have to have that passion that what you're doing is what you're supposed to do. This is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And then you put that drive to that and that will to that, and you don't accept no. You don't let the challenges beat you. You keep going. You keep improving. You keep getting better. And so tonight, we're kicking off some exciting new things to help you get better and to learn more. And it's going to be up to you to take those and use those to do what you want to do. You've got to bring your passion. You've got to bring your drive, and you've got to bring your willingness to do the work. All right. So let's go ahead and get started tonight, because we want to talk about, we're starting a new year and we have some customers. So we want to keep those customers, but we also want to add new customers. And we have one of our amazing leaders that's going to share with you some things that she's been doing using her VIP group and how that has helped her to really make some big things happen in this year of 2024. So please let me take this one off and bring her on. Let me welcome you and introduce Michelle Davis, the amazing leader of Success Unlimited. And Michelle, take it away.
Okay, let me unmute. I almost didn't do that. All right, so as you guys know, we're in our big weeks. This is the best time to do a party, as you know. As a hostess, you're getting the double credits at the $1,000 party. So one thing that I always am very cognizant about is my VIP group. So keeping that active, trying to post in it very regularly, doing deals of the day when I'm at home, whatever that might mean, either my stock or either something that's on sale you just want to showcase. And so I have 1,700 members in my VIP group. I've been working on it probably since I've moved to the beach. I didn't even open it until then, so it's probably about 8 years old. But as I'm out and about, even if I'm not doing Tupperware, I'm not at an event. One thing, of course, I do at my events is I take my QR code with me. I have it on all of my business cards, so they're easily able to join my VIP group. Because the cool thing about that is, guys, they don't have to be your friend on Facebook to be in your VIP group. So if you've been on Facebook for a long time and you're starting to max out your friends because you've friended your customers and your everybody, you've got all these friends. At 5,000, you max out. Well, I'm over 4,000. So I don't want to add people that are friends unless I absolutely have to, because you can still message these people without that. So just one thing is every single day, try to build that, invite people. If you just click the invite friends button and just go through, who are the last people that you friended? So like even this weekend, I made some new friends at Tailgate. We went to the Panthers game. And so I searched them on my phone. And the best thing about this is I'm not going to remember their name more than likely. But when I get back from my trip, I can go through and look at all my searches of the last 10, 20 people that I've searched for. And then I can click that name and then add them and send them a little message or send them the link to my VIP group. So it's a way to quickly follow up or send them the invite. Personal message works great too. But just so number one, build your VIP group. I get sales from there every single month. But the key is going to be having that engagement. And we know that algorithms are really weird with Facebook. So I happened to post something this past week that really got a lot of people excited. And I hadn't done it in a while. It's something that's really not anything new. I had just forgotten about it. I was closing out a party. I had a lot of personal orders and different customer orders that had purchased things. And so I was closing out a party, and it was basically for me. So I'm like, well, I really don't need any stock at 50% off. Sometimes I'll buy things that I need for someone, or maybe a customer had something that they wanted. I'll get it for 50%. I make a little bit more money off of it. Well, this particular time, I'm like, I don't really need to spend the money out of pocket. So I offered it to those in my VIP group. Now you have to be careful and make sure you, explain it. I made it very precise, but it was like no sale specials. I have 3 half-price items to offer. You pay tax to my locals. I kind of did it to my locals, even though I got responses from people that weren't my local. And I just dealt with those one-on-one. But my very first hit, she wanted all 3 items. So I was like, oh, wow, do I delete the post or do I just leave it up or what do I do? And she wanted the ClearMate sets. And so, of course, you always want to try to date a party. Ask them that first. You want to date a party and get them for free. She was a past consultant of mine, past hostess of mine. And she's like, I just want those Clearmates so bad. I missed the sale. And so she bought 3 large sets of the Clearmates. Now, we all know we don't make commission on that, but I got $150 in sales credit. And what that does, guys, you want them to pick those bigger items. So in the comment I put, you can even pick things like cookware or large sets, or we know the modular mates are already on sale. So that wasn't something I said, it's something that you've had your eye on, but it's not been on sale. This is kind of pick your own sale. And I did put sale specials only. And then I took my link from my public album. You can also grab the one from your back office, the catalog, and just put the link to the catalog in there so they can go through it and look. Well, as I'm dealing with her and she's giving me her payment, and I always get payment first, and they realize now this lady does have a place at the beach, so I don't have to pay the shipping to me and then the shipping to her. If you do, you don't want to lose money in this transaction, but I'll tell you the really easy way to calculate it in your system when you're done, so you know the right amount to charge, okay? But anyway, so she wanted the 3, and I was like, great, I got these done. Well, I turn around and there's like 2 or 3 more comments asking questions, or what about the Fridge Smart, or what about this? And I'm answering them as quickly as I can, because we all know when you start getting comments on a post, you want to comment back. I didn't answer them. I said, I'll message you. And then I just messaged them and dealt with them independently. That's a really smart move when you're basically saying I have 3 extra half price host items, that I can offer up. You're not saying, oh, they're already gone, they're all done. I basically just messaged them individually and said, hey, what are you looking for? What are you interested in? Oh, the Fridge Smart pieces. Did you want the set? What were you looking for? I had some stock left over from the Christmas show. So within the 3 days surrounding that, I had quite a few locals that bought stuff from me because I got the Fridge Smart when they were BOGO. So I'm making the same amount of money. I charged them tax and shipping. As I would have and I got rid of some products that were here. And it gives me the opportunity to talk to those people and to tell them about the month and to ask them to date a party if there's anything else that they needed. So it's a great customer service building. It's actually giving back to those people that are already in your group that give you business. And that's what we want to, be their person. We don't want them to go somewhere and go, oh, I buy from this person, that person. I have customers that go to places, they see a consultant, they're like, nope, I got a consultant. She's my consultant. And that's what we're trying to build. But the easiest way, guys, for you to calculate this, what I did is I went in and closed out the whole party, and I looked at what, as you know, we get charged tax and shipping on some of the host gifts, and so that's kind of hard to calculate now. So what I did was I got the party ready to go. I looked at what the amount I was going to owe. Then I went and put in her items, her 3 big sets that she wanted. And then I looked at the difference in what they were now charging me and what they were going to charge me. So I just charged her that difference. And that way I knew I was breaking even on it. I wasn't losing a penny, and I still got the sales credit toward my goal, toward my bonuses, toward my monthly bonus, meeting your activities. And so, and again, a lot of engagement, which when I posted the next sales specials, because I had a lot of engagement on my last post, more people saw that. So I just wanted to share that with you guys tonight. Really, really focus every single day. This is something super simple you can do to focus on your group every day to build your business for later. And just make it a goal to every day I'm going to find this many people to add to my group. Just set your goal, whether it be 5 people or 10 people. You've got thousands of friends, people. This is not for your consultants. This is for people that maybe even if they're past consultants, that's fine. But if they're currently a consultant, just kind of try to stick to people as that you meet and that you know. So just want to share that.
I love it. I love it, Michelle. And one of the things I think that, guys, please, if you have questions, put them in the comments. And that way we can go back and get the answers for you on that. But one of the things that you said, and I think this is one of those things that's really important, is that your VIP group is for you to build a sense of community with your customers and future hosts. And while, we all have a lot of friends and we want to, share with each other, it's not always the best idea to let your consultant friends be in your group, just because, number one, they take up a space, and sometimes they do feed, add to it. And you're good buddies. It's okay because maybe y'all share and give feedback to each other and support each other. But you'll get a lot of requests from a lot of different consultants. I guess that's what I'm really trying to get at. A lot of consultants will start to want to be in your VIP group. I'm sure, Michelle, you get lots of people asking because, if other consultants in our company and outside our company and that see it and they want to know, oh, here's somebody that's in Tupperware. I want to know what they're doing. And you can max out. Like Michelle said, she's getting close to maxing out her group. That means she's going to have to delete some people. And so if you want to make sure that you keep your group growing, you want to make sure that you're adding people that are going to want to buy from you, date from you, maybe join your team as you go along. So everybody give Michelle a lot of love and thank you for sharing all that. And I know it's going to be a fabulous January as we close out. I bet she's going to pull in another couple $1,000 off that VIP group. All right. Thank you, Michelle. All right, guys. So that's our VIP group. We're talking the social business, right? And this is a great place for us to create those connections, but always, always, always don't settle for just a sale. Always try to take it to that next step. Always try to get that party booked. Always try to get that person purchasing something else from you. And the ways that we do that are, I loved when she said she'll go, have a deal of the day. She'll go live with something that's on special, or she'll go live with something she has in stock. Well, we have some great products right now on sale. Right. And this is our January brochure. We have our awesome modular mates, and we just got a message a little bit earlier. You may have already got your text or email about it, that they have been able to get in some of the cotton white seals for the spice shaker. So they have opened that up because it was closed. They've opened that up. So we now have the cotton white spice shakers to be able to use. And that cotton white it's white with just a touch of gray. Okay, that's the best way to describe it. And partly the reason they do that is it also keeps the white from yellowing over time. So they add a little bit of gray to it. And that's what it is. Michelle mentioned it's double host credit time for all of our parties over 1,000. And this is the perfect time to really rack up those big sales. And the key to that, of course, is knowing your products so that you can go live and talk about them. And one of the hot items that we have in our brochure, and this is one of the ones, one of my friends, Judy Doherty, used to always say, I want to talk to you about the most expensive thing in your kitchen. And people would be going, oh my gosh, she goes, what's the most expensive thing in my kitchen? And she would say, it's the spice shakers or the spices. And so then she would do a fabulous demonstration. Well, you know what? I have someone who has heard that training and has developed her own training and does the most amazing job with talking about modular mates. She's, I would say she's a modular mate pro, and it's our amazing leader, Stacy Clifton. Hello, Stacy.
Hello.
And Stacy, what are you going to talk to us about tonight?
About the spice shakers.
Well, then I'm going to let you take it away.
Okay. All right. So the first thing I want to do is, and guys, this is how I do at my parties. So I'm telling you this like you're at a party, but you can do this in your VIP group the same way, because that's what I'm doing right now. Is I'm doing this tomorrow. I'm posting, making a post saying, how many spices do you have in your cabinet right now? And I'm going to get them to come and, put the number of spices they have in their cabinet, because the first thing, people don't realize how many they have. And then when they do count them up, they're like, oh my gosh. And then my next question is, and how many multiples of the same thing did you have? So that's real important, because that gets them to thinking, oh my gosh, I have all those multiples. So the spice shakers we have two different sizes. And the first one is a 1 cup size, and the second one is our half cup size. So these are great, because believe it or not, this half cup size, guys, holds all this, and it is going to save you so much money in the long run. Okay, but let me just tell you a little bit about the spice shakers, why they're so great. First of all, they have frosted sides. And that is so that it reflects the light. You don't want to store your spices anywhere where there's light or heat or moisture. So you can ask people, where do you store your spices? And the first thing they're going to say is above the stove. And that's like the worst place they can store them, because the heat rises there. That can cause moisture. And then that can cause bugs to get in your spices. And you don't want that. You don't want to put them in the refrigerator, because there again, they can get moisture in them, and they don't need to be in the refrigerator, because these are airtight. And as long as they're not getting moisture or heat around them to cause moisture in them, then they're good just to put them in here, just like this. Okay. The seal on top is really cool, because you can actually open one side and you can sprinkle out. And so you can see, well, let me see. You can see I have a little bit of spice there. These are actually cloves, but I wouldn't sprinkle those out, obviously. But the really cool thing is, and I don't know if y'all can you see that? These teeth help keep these little holes clean, okay? So they never clog up, or because they can actually clean them out. But you don't want the moisture in them, because if moisture gets in your spices and it clogs it up, then it's not going to sprinkle out anyway, okay? The other side is where you can measure out or pour out. So like cloves, you would have to pour that out, okay? Because obviously you can't sprinkle those, okay? But like if you've got your paprika, if you've got your chili powder, any of those things, those are things that you would pour out or sprinkle out maybe. So that makes it really nice for your spice shakers. And like I said, we have the 1/2 cup size and the cup size. So, and the really good thing is, guys, these will keep your spices. You're not going to believe this. Do you know how long your spices stay fresh in this? Only between 6 to 9 months. Okay. Do you know how long your spices stay fresh in here? Like 5 years. Can you believe that? 5 years they'll stay fresh in here. So I want to show you this, because this is really, really important. Don't just tell people that and let it go. What you want to do is you want to say, you know, the average person has about 25 spices in their house. And so if you have 25 spices, and did you know the average cost of them in the grocery store is about $4, $5, something like that? But just to make it easy, we're going to use a even number, $4. And if you have 25 spices, then that means that's about $100 you spent on spices. Well, if they're only good for about 6 months, and you know you want to feed your family fresh spices, right? So every 6 months, you're going to have to be buying new spices. So that means $100 for 25, and have to buy them twice a year. You've spent $200 on spices. Well, over a 5-year period, if it's $200 a year, you've spent $1,000. Guys, I can do a whole lot more, have a whole lot more fun with $1,000 than buy spices. And I'm sure you could too. So here is the deal. Get your spices, invest in your set, okay? And my carousel's black, but the new one's white. But is this not amazing? You can have all your spices in here, and it's not going to take up very much room in your cabinet. It's going to help you prevent having multiples of the same thing. It's also going to help you to save money, because obviously you're not throwing them away. Bugs can't get in those. Guys, you know, you have to be really careful with the spices in these containers, because bugs can get into them. And if you want to ever find out if you have bugs in them, if you just take some paper towels, lay them on your countertop, sprinkle some of the spices on there, and the next morning look to see if they've if it's scattered. And if it is, you know there were bugs in those spices because it's moved. Okay. Red spices are really, really bad to get bugs in them. So if you have chili powder from last year, and you're just using it again this year because now it's cold and it's time to make chili, you might want to check that chili powder before you actually put it in your chili, because that's not the extra protein you want, okay? We do have 2 color choices, as Marcia just said. Yay. Mine are the black, and I love the black because to me, that, you know, it doesn't take up, well, like for example, here I have cinnamon powder. And you can see it gets kind of dirty, okay? I kind of can't figure out where the camera is. It gets kind of dirty, but it's just a spice. And so this seal actually keeps it clean, okay? And you don't have to worry about anything getting in it, okay? The white, I would be sure and tell my customer that the cotton is only available through the end of June. I mean, end of January. Okay. So be sure they know that, because you don't want a customer getting upset with you because they bought the white or the cotton. And then the next thing you know, they're wanting to buy more in February and they're not available. Okay. So I would make sure she knows that up front, and tell her, say, hey, if nothing else, you know, you might want to buy some extras just to make sure you have enough. anything that you're going to buy that you use a lot of, for example, your paprika, your minced onion, your garlic salt, chili powder, those things that you use a lot of, then you may want to put those in the bigger containers. And that way it can save you a lot more money. I highly recommend, if you can find some place to get your spices and buy them in bulk, it's going to save you a ton of money, because you can actually take your container, let them weigh it, and then fill it up, and they'll weigh it again, and then you just pay how much it weighs, because that's how much they charge, is by weight. Whereas if you go in the grocery store, there's just set prices on these, and I don't know about you, but every time I try a new recipe, if it has some spice that I don't have, they never have the little one. They only have the big one. And I may never use that again. So I don't want to spend $5, $6 because it's always more expensive. And this way I can get, the things that I need that I'm going to use the most of, and buy the bigger one or buy more. And then the little ones, you can just use, just the little ones for the things that you're not going to use all the time. Okay. So I love my spices. I find that it does save you a ton of money, and it looks so much neater. And you'll be amazed how much. I mean, some people will tell me, "Oh, I have 50 or 60 spices." Well, they must cook a whole lot, and more power to them. They need a couple of these carousels. Okay, so really tell them, get it now. $69, guys. That is over 40% off. That is an amazing savings. And then when you buy your spices and put them in here, you're really going to be saving a ton of money. So that's what I do. And I'm actually going live in my VIP group probably tomorrow afternoon. And, it's going to be really bad weather. So I may do it tomorrow. I may do it Wednesday, because I don't want the internet to go down while I'm trying to do that. But, that's a good way to get some sales in for this week. And to be able to get that 2-week challenge, activity challenge we had going. So if you haven't already earned that, hopefully that'll help you with that.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Loved all these great. I love, the spice shakers. It's one of those things that's like my heart. I think I have 2 carousels in 2 locations. So I have 4 carousels because, I use a lot of spices.
Yes.
And I do. And, like you said, the bulk buying is such a great deal, because that's what I get most of my spices in bulk. We have Earth Fare here, and they have them. We used to have, I was trying to think that store, the Home Economist store.
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah.
I was trying to think of the name of that earlier today, and they always had it too. But I know that, at least with the Earth Fare, we can go there. Whole Foods has it. You can go in there, and you save so much money. I mean, who wants to spend $500, every couple of years and replace all their spices? Mm-hmm. So guys, hopefully you took a lot away from that. And I loved her idea of go live and talk about it. Even if you don't have the carousel yet, if you've got 1 or 2 spice shakers, get in there and talk about it, and share those things with them, and use it. Even
if you don't just do the pictures like what you've got up here, Marsha, because you can show those on your VIP page. And, even if you don't have it, don't let that be your excuse that you can't do that, because just telling them about it. And I highly recommend you go live and talk about it, because people do not read, guys. You can put all that information out there, but they do not read it.
Well, my computer has frozen.
Oh no.
I know. It's like my screen is frozen again. I don't know. I'm trying to do this hardwire thing. And ever since I started doing the hardwire, I don't know if it tries to go back and forth between doing Wi-Fi or hardwire. I don't know what the deal is. So I can't get the thing to change. But Charlie, maybe you can. Can you change the screen for me? Hopefully.
He's got the flyer up there. But he doesn't have you.
Oh, well, let's see. Reload.
Oh, it's just me. So hopefully y'all got some good information out of that, and something that'll help you. And like Marsha said, I did get all that from Judy Doherty years ago, and it has stuck with me. Did we completely lose Marsha? Okay, I don't think she's there. Guys, the other thing is you can get, okay, you can see how I've got the big ones on the bottom, but you can take the big ones and put them on top. And then you can take 2 of the little ones and stack them on top of each other and put them on the bottom. And then you can have 16 little ones and then just have the 8 big ones on top. So you can, switch that around if you want to. Make sure you have room in your cabinet, but my cabinet's tall enough. I have plenty of room. And so that way it gives you where you can have more spices on there. So I like being able to stack them, like that. And on the bottom, that way they don't really fall off or anything.
All right. So I'm back. Yay. I know. That's great. That's great.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Oh my gosh, guys. Sorry. I had to it was Chrome froze on me. I had to completely shut down Chrome and shut down my computer to get it to restart. But anyway, here we go. We're almost to the end here. I hope you guys have learned some really exciting new things. Yes. And I want you to be commenting and letting us know some of the things that you learned as well. Speaking of spices, we have coming up our Spice is Nice cooking class or in-person event. It is on Thursday, January 18th, 6:30 to 8 p.m. It is in Concord, North Carolina at the Homewood Suites over near Concord Mills. So you want to be sure to register. There is a registration form for it that lets us know how many to expect. We will, there's a $5 charge you can pay at the door, and everybody will go home with samples of 2 of the spices. We're also going to taste the recipes too. And of course, the whole idea behind it is to show them why they need to invest in spice shakers. So this is great for, of course, you to come. And I know many of you are not local, but when we will try to do some things with it, like a virtual kind of thing with it, or at least do some clips of it so you can have those to watch later. But for you guys that are local, if you are anywhere within 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, because you know how long it takes to get 5 miles in Charlotte. If you are in that time zone and you have customers that are in that space, then you want to invite them to come with you as your guest, because this is going to be a great learning experience. But more importantly, they're going to get to see some of the products in action, because we're also going to fix 2 recipes, and we're going to use some of our premium products like the supersonic chopper, like maybe the pressure cooker. I haven't quite figured out what we're going to cook yet. So but we'll make at least 2 recipes with the spice blends, and everybody will actually go home with recipes for 3 or 4 other spice blends. So it's going to be a really great class. You want to make sure you do it. And the point of this is to help you grow your business, because this can be a party. You can invite people to come and be your guest at your party. That's what's going to be good about it. Now, when you're doing that, and parties are the key to everything in our business, you have a chance to earn these great gifts. Our 2-week sales challenge ends on Wednesday. Our weeks end on Wednesday. Make sure you go through your calendar. You've marked every Wednesday as end of week, end of month, because nothing usually carries over. And so you might as well make sure that you mark it so you don't miss out. Sometimes I've had consultants come and they go, I was waiting for one more person to get me their order, and then I forgot to put my order in. I go, well, don't do it. Don't do that, because I can't help you on Thursday. It's not available anymore. And the key thing I want, it's like we're going to always try to help, but the point I want you guys to understand is, you need to set a deadline. I'm placing my order at this time, and that time always needs to give you time before things close. Okay. So, and you don't forget, I always set a little alarm to myself, because I did it one time too. I was waiting and then I forgot. And the next morning I went, oh no, and I couldn't get the things that I needed. So just keep that in mind. And with just $500 in sales, you're going to get this amazing refrigerator set for $20. And then all month long, you're working for your $2,500 $100 to get your exclusive lunch bag, that's at the, I'm sorry, that's at the $3,000 level. No, 20, that's at the $2,500 level. Yeah, I was right. And then the other one is at the $1,000 level. And that's a new level that Tupperware's giving you an opportunity to get more. So you've had a weekly challenge already. You've got a 2-week challenge. And now you've got a whole month challenge that you can work with. And you know what? We still have 3 weeks to go. So I can almost bet there's going to be some more challenges coming. And of course, every week there's some specials on sale. So check those out each week too, because there's always going to be something new. But we do have things ending on Wednesday. So make sure that you are not holding on any of those orders. All right. Another challenge that we have going on this year is called Get Your Logo On. And it's an opportunity for you to get some fun logo items here in January, 5 weeks. And there are 3 ways that you can earn a gift. Now, the thing about the gifts is that I have a whole assortment of logo items, but I might have 1 or 2 or 5 of some of them. And so each month I'm kind of picking a group of products to put on there based, and as I get a feel for how many people are qualifying each month, there'll be more, and every month there'll be something new and different. There might be some that went over because we didn't give them away, but you get to pick what you want. And here's the thing. The person who hits it first can go ahead and claim what they want first if they want. They get, if they want to go ahead and say, hey, I want that one, they get to have first dibs on the thing that they want. So the very first person, we actually have our first person already. Rachel Ricketts, you are the first to qualify. I did want to show you a couple of things, guys, that I have. Because you might not have seen, and there's 3 ways you qualify. So the first is with sales 2024, because it's 2024. 2024 or more in sales, you qualify for your logo item. Maybe your sales of, maybe you are doing really good with your sales, but then you flipped a hostess, and so you let her have her party to get her started. So when you have 1,600 in sales and you have 1 recruit, then you can get 1. And then if you are maybe getting going for the month, but you are just determined that you want to be a leader this month, and you're out there talking to people, and you put a lot more emphasis on recruiting people this month than maybe your own personal parties. When you have 1,200 in sales, 1,250 in sales and 2 recruits, you've also qualified for a logo item. So lots and lots of ways to get your logo item. So as I said, there's some different things that I have. One of them I wanted to show you because Charlie's got one of these and he loves it. And that's why I thought it would be a good one for everybody. It's a travel bag. And I don't know if you can see, it's got a shoulder strap with a nice little thing on it. But these are designed to fit across body. So when you're traveling someplace and you want to have all your very personal things close by so they don't get stolen, there's a little handle here too. It also has, they call it the identity theft protection. Inside and outside, so people can't go by and scan and get your credit cards or your information. So it's called a boarding bag is what it's called. So it's the perfect thing to take on a plane with you. So you've got everything that you need. It has all these little places. It's even got a place for you to put your little earbuds or your ear cords and all that kind of good stuff. So that's one of them. I do have a sweatshirt this month. I haven't put the picture up for that yet, but it's this. It says, bring on the party, Tupperware. And I love the back of it. It says, if you know, you know. All right. And that is a size medium. It's the only size I have in that one. But I also have something that I haven't brought out yet to show you either. It is a stadium jacket. It's a long sleeve stadium jacket with the T. This is actually a 3X, so a 3XL. So it's waiting for somebody that's got some cold weather and then you want it. I have one. I love mine. And then the last thing that I have that's new that I haven't got the picture posted yet is this little travel kit, because I figure there's no time to waste in 2024. We're going to be doing a lot of traveling. It's got everything zipped together. It's got your neck ring thing. It's got a mask for your eyes. It's even got a little blanket because it's always cold on an airplane. So that's another one of the great gifts that will be in our Get Your Logo On. Which ones are you going for, guys? Which ones do you want? There is an album in the Facebook group that's got all the pictures, so go check it out. Go ahead under whatever you see you want and say, this is one I want. This is one I want. It also will help me too to know which ones you really like, because maybe I'll have some more of those coming up next month. Okay. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you about tonight before we wrap things up is that it is so important that we are talking to people about our Tupperware business opportunity. 4 out of 10 people accumulated debt over the holidays. The average amount was over $1,600. You have the solution to helping them get out of that debt. I mean, even if they just held one party a week, they would be able to get that debt taken care of by the time they got to the end of first quarter. If they go ahead and double that, they can knock that out in the first, by the middle of February, they could be done with that debt. And then there are people who maybe have some lingering debt from before. And so to give them this opportunity to take control and rid themselves of this debt is huge. So that means we need to be talking Tupperware to everyone. And we have some great rewards for great things. Oops, I put the wrong one on. Great things for you to offer to people. First off, of course, we have our 4 regular kits. This is at this moment, the 1 month only special offer for the $25 start. This is a great way to reach out to those folks who want to do more of a virtual business, or the folks who've sold before and have a bunch of Tupperware in their homes anyway. This would be a great one to reach out to. Maybe someone who's been a hostess of yours and has bought a lot and got some free, great one to recruit for $25, and then she can do parties. And of course, with their first order of just $100, they can get that stack cooker and that beautiful blue for just $12. So how many recruits are you going to bring in? How many can you find, guys? All right. And then, of course, for every recruit that you bring in that does their $100, you're getting those ClearMates. And Michelle was talking about how this person really, really wanted those ClearMates. So if you've got somebody who wants ClearMates, recruit them and tell them to recruit 3 people, and then they can get all of these as well. So that's like getting, they're getting a whole set, and then they're getting a double set so that they can get all of those pieces right there to make their collection beautiful. And all of that for just $20 when they recruit 3 people. Okay, so these are some things that you really want to keep in mind as you are out and about and you're talking to people. We don't want to turn anyone away. We want to share it with everybody. And we want to, as we're talking to people, invite them to come to our in-person events and invite them to come to our virtual events, because our pop-up kitchen is back. January 23rd will be our first pop-up kitchen of the new year. It's National Soup Month. And guess what we're going to be making? You got it. We're going to be making soup. So what's your favorite kind of soup? In the comments, go ahead and tell me, what kind of soup do you like? And do you make it in Tupperware? Because we're going to make some serious soups in our Tupperware products. And you're going to want to make sure that you are sharing that with everybody. All right. There is a special group. We have our pop-up kitchen group. So go on over to the group, make sure that you've added make sure that you've joined the group and that you add people to go to the group. And this will be streamed in just like this to that group. So that's where they're going to want to be. All right, guys, we got one last thing I want to tell you that's so important. And I hope you're ready for this, but at 9 o'clock coming up here. And so you can stay tuned to go run, get a glass of water, get some tea, change into your pajamas, whatever you want to do, and be back here at 9 o'clock, because we will be coming back to you with something brand new, and we call it the M&Ms. And M&Ms stand for the Millionaire Mindset. Make money this month. Make money make money Monday, and make money in 2024. More in 24. There you go. So M&M, that's what it all stands for. And we are banding together with those wonderful ladies that you met, my friends, that we call ourselves the V6, because we're in an engine driven to success. We're a V6 engine driven to success. And each week you're going to hear from each of our companies. You may hear from me, you may hear from them, you may hear from somebody in their company that has a lot to share. I will tell you, if you were on Winterfest, and Aubrey was talking about how she uses boosted ads and things in her business page, she will be coming up here in the next couple of months. We also have Tiffany Getzler, who talked about her schedule and how she holds 12 parties a month or more, really like 6 a week. She's going to be sharing also a little bit more in depth now that we have more time for that. So you'll want to check in. But tonight we will be back in 15 minutes with that. And we're going to be talking to you a little bit more tonight about using some of the tools of your trade. And it's going to be all 6 of us sharing a tip or idea with you. So be back in just a little bit. So as we wrap it up tonight, I'm going to leave one more with a quote that kind of takes exactly what Stephen Curry said and brings it into a little bit more focus. Passion equals drive. Drive equals determination, and enough determination equals success. So passion is your heart. Find what you love about what you're doing. Find a person that you can share that love with, and just really let that passion and excitement about what you do drive you to get out there and see the people, touch the people, share with the people, and grow your business, because that drive is going to take determination. It means you don't give up. You keep getting up, you keep going, and you do it every single day. And when you do it that way, that consistency is going to take you where you want to go, and that is to the top. So thanks everybody for joining us tonight. We are so excited about what 2024 is going to hold for us all. And I'm going to boogie on out.
Woman, you're nice and energetic. Picture about the ocean, there's a big Titanic. Whoa!